Cristina. You have been for so many years working on cybersecurity, explaining companies and governments the consequences of not investing in cybersecurity. What this new equation of quantum brings to that work? What is the advice that you will give companies? And what are the industries also that you think will benefit first from this breakthrough?
Well, so I co-founded a company that former CEO of Medtronic in Spain that's working with the EU on quantum for pharma. They're doing some trials in that space, and also doing some stuff with AI with respect to transplant patients and trying to automate some of the post-operative aspects of that. And so, so I both on the launching things as well as the cybersecurity piece of this. But it's interesting because when it comes to quantum and AI, I mean, everybody knows that eyes on glass and that whole defense mechanism has not been very effective, only because there's not enough analysts. They're tired. They used to rely on these books that they would create with responses and trying to sort of automate some typical behaviors that a hacker would take, right? But this whole ability to be able to more proactively be able to respond to those, because you see these anomalies, just the same way that fraud is using financial markets as a mechanism to detect. I mean, I know with my American Express card, it's like the slightest little move and I get a call and I just love it, right? But I have to say that we really needed that kind of proactive capability in the cybersecurity space. And a lot of the MSSPs now are basically saying they're seeing a decrease in some of their business because of these automated capabilities in AI. Now we add quantum, right? And so quantum can actually help with respect to, my fellow panelists have talked about with respect to analyzing information and also in creating defense mechanisms as well. And so, but it all boils down to the flow of data, managing that flow of data. And of course, I used to work for RSA, and I guess in Shanghai University, they actually decrypted an RSA small key, not one the size of traditional, but they actually managed to decrypt a small key. And so that does create a sense of fear, right? And while Bitcoin has two types of encryption, one symmetric and another one asymmetric, and only one of them is an immediate threat, but just the perception of threat makes people wonder, well, what's the long-term lifespan of Bitcoin in this post-quantum world, right? So just the fear alone impacts how people behave with respect to their adoption of Bitcoin. So I think that it has ramifications beyond just the use of it in terms of decrypting things, because I think that's going to take a bit of time. And I do think that from an infrastructure perspective, the SCADA devices, though, analog, are actually the biggest threat, right? But I think that there's this move to actually replace all of these devices that are so critical within infrastructure with post-quantum devices is probably one of the biggest steps that we can take so that you don't have national issues in cybersecurity, prevent you from reading the news. Yeah.